Cream Conversation. Forever on the grind, all day, every day. Ice Cream Convos, always real, they never play. Download the podcast, listen on any day. Why didn't I do this sooner? Only thing you ever say. Xaviera, best host of all time. All of the faithful listeners will say they never lie. Check every story they run, like me with the rhymes. When other shows report anything, it should be a crime. Entertainment news, yeah, I gotta get mine from ICC, and you should be inclined to do the same if you got half a mind. I do co-sign this lady to shine like Frankenstein, cut it to day design. IceCreamConvos.com. Tune in, yeah. This influence by IceCreamConvos.com.
Welcome to the Ice Cream Convos Podcast, where we serve delicious scoops of entertainment. I'm your host, Xaviera, and I thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. Now, before we get started and dig into all of this scoop, I want to remind everyone to visit icecreamconvos.com daily and follow Ice Cream Convos on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. And before I begin, I want to go ahead and give a special shout out to all of my ICC VIPs who support Ice Cream Convos via Patreon, where I'm actually live streaming today's podcast for the first time. And trust and believe when I tell you this was not an easy feat. Like, I'm not even sure if anything is working the way it's supposed to right now. I know that I can see myself. I believe that I am streaming live in Patreon, and I am recording the ICC podcast. So let me just give a shout out to my ICC VIPs really quickly. Shout out to Anna, Christy, Deirdre, Meech, Ben, Joanna, Natasha, Shantae, Tammy, Tawana, Tiara, Tytisha, and Venus. Thank you all so much for the way that you have been supporting Ice Cream Convos. It means the world to me. And I know some of you were like going into the Patreon murky waters because you really didn't understand or know what it was, but you decided to support me anyway, and it means the world to me. So visit patreon.com Ice Cream Convos to find out how you can support Ice Cream Convos, receive dope perks, including first dibs on all giveaways, passes to advanced screenings, exclusive merchandise, and more. Now, the ICC 8th anniversary is coming up, and I'm very, very excited about that. And I'm working on something pretty special for my ICC VIP. So I'm excited. I hope you are excited. I can't believe I've still been in the game 8 years later. And when I tell y'all I was coming up on the rough side of the mountain and doing my best to make it in, yeah, it has not been easy. It has not been pretty, but it has been very rewarding. And I'm very, very excited about that. So, y'all, we got a lot of stuff to dig into today. Some really, really, really big breaking news, scoop of delicious stories hit the internet today. First things first, we have to address Bill Cosby. Lord, they done locked Uncle Bill down. Uncle Bill, let that sink in. Bill Cosby is in jail, right now. 81-year-old, put and pop licking, Rudy's daddy, Theo's daddy, Claire's husband. Bill Cosby is in jail. Bill Cosby was sentenced to 3 to 10 years in prison for the 2004 sexual assault of Andrea Constand. Here's the thing. I knew that they was going to come for Uncle Bill. I knew they was going to lock Uncle Bill down. But the reality of it, the reality of the fact that they have locked Uncle Bill down is kind of messing with my spirit. But at the same time, this is a very complex situation for me. Okay. I know you're probably complex for you. Bill Cosby is in jail and he's 81 years old. He can't even fight out in gym pop. It's okay. So let's unpack this. Okay. That's the best thing. I literally have to unpack this. First things first, I am on the fence. And if I waver back and forth, it is because I have not decided yet still if I feel like Bill Cosby is guilty of all these accusations or if he's being railroaded and they just trying to take down another brother. I have not made that decision yet. I am still on the fence. I don't know if Bill did it or not. I'll be trying to look in his eyes. I'll be trying to look in his one good eye to see if I can get a sign or if I can see his soul. It just ain't working. I don't know. I don't know if Bill Cosby is guilty of doing some shady shenanigans with 60 plus women over the years with his Quaaludes and his sleepy time tea and all the other kind of mess he was pulling out on allegedly. I do not know. But what I do know is today, a judge declared him a sexually violent predator and sentenced Bill Cosby to 3 to 10 years in prison. Bill Cosby is 81 years old. So if we throw 10 years on top of that, he 91. Like Uncle Charles is just sitting in the waiting room of the courthouse like, Bill, what you want me to do? Like, you want to go ahead on to jail, or you just want me to come on and go and get you and we can gonna miss everybody? Like, what you want me to do? All you got to do is blink twice if you need help. Let me know. But I'm sitting here, Bill. Just shoot me the signal. I will carry you on home to glory. Like, what you want me to do? And so, like, Bill Cosby has been sentenced to 10 years. Like, I'm going to be saying that a couple times because it really just has not sunk into my spirit yet. But okay, so here's the thing. I told you that I'm not really sure if I feel like Bill Cosby is guilty or not. Like, I don't know if he's being railroaded. I don't know if he has just gotten away his whole life with doing dirt and it's finally caught up with him in his wonder years. So to play devil's advocate, here's the thing. If indeed, and I'm saying if, Bill Cosby is guilty, if he is guilty, he's kind of getting what he deserves. Because if you think about it, if Bill Cosby is guilty, he's committed crimes all the way back to 2004 and before, right? He's 81 years old right now. He has lived his best life and he wasn't going back and forth with you N-words or white women's and they Quaaludes for years and years and years. So if Bill Cosby is guilty of the things he is being accused of, he has lived his best life. He has, traveled the world and he has made these fantastic shows that we all grew up on and loved. He has lived in the lap of luxury. He has done it all. He has done it all, right? So here we are, 2018. He's 81 years old and now they decide to throw the book at him. Okay, so maybe I should have remembered to turn my alarm off. That may have been a signal from Uncle Charles or from the Lord up above, like just move on to something else. But anyway, so with that being said, I feel like the real culprit in all of this is Hannibal Buress, because Bill Cosby was somewhere living his life like it's golden. I mean, listen, Bill has dealt with these allegations before in the past, but he was able to beat them charges like Rocky, right? And then Hannibal Buress does a comedy show and he decides to bring up the fact that Bill Cosby allegedly was drugging and raping women. And in the new world that we live in now with social media and movements and, girl power and women ain't taking no BS no more and down with you if you do us dirty. And it was like the perfect storm for Bill Cosby to get swept away again. And so I'm sure Hannibal Buress, it wasn't his intention when he said it. Well, I really don't know what his intentions were. But when I say a perfect storm, we are talking about the Bill Cosby in the past who allegedly got away with committing these alleged crimes. He was much more powerful, good looking, had so much more influence. He was that man around Hollywood. And I know it's the whole thing about, they were just trying to take Bill down because he was trying to buy NBC. Okay. If that was the case, that was the case. But here we are. Fast forward. Does it seem like to you and to me that Bill was a lot more vulnerable this time around? He's in his golden years. He's not as powerful as he once was. He's not as good looking as he used to be. Now we're dealing with a fragile elderly gentleman who couldn't even, in my personal opinion, get counsel that was good enough to even help him fight this case in a way that actually looked like he had a chance. But that's neither here nor there. So now we have old fragile Bill with a wandering eye and a seeing eye dog. And these charges resurface. All the women coming out the woodworks like they coming from a backstage concert. They are all unified and they are spilling all Bill's tea. And it literally bombarded him to the point where he couldn't even try to lie it away, smoke it away, throw one in the air. There was nothing that he could do at this point, right? So I'm just like, I'm sitting here looking at this picture of him coming out, like headed into court to be sentenced today. And I'm just like, Bill Cosby is in jail. But again, I can't feel ferociously one way or the other because I don't know if he's guilty or not. But I will say, if he is guilty, he is getting what he deserves. I don't care how old you are. If you commit a crime, then you got to do the time, even if your time is almost up. But with that being said, I don't know if he's guilty or not, but dang it, there are so many things that come into play with this situation. They didn't even, like, he was out, before he got sentenced, he was out on $1 million bail. Like, who did he murder? There are killers who got less as far as a bail is concerned, but child, they got Bill. Kill Bill. That's basically what's happening. Where Quentin Tarantino at? Because this is Kill Bill Volume 5. I don't know. If they force him to stay in jail for a long period of time, I think he's going to die his way out. I really think so. And poor Camille, earlier this week, I reported a story about how Camille hired an ex-prosecutor. She hired this ex-prosecutor to investigate the judge that was going to sentence Bill. And people were like, oh, she's so disgusting. And again, it's two different ways to look at it. If she believes her husband is innocent and she like wholeheartedly, I don't want to use the word blindly because I'm not even convinced of his guilt or innocence. So I don't want to say she's blindly following him. I'm just going to say she is wholeheartedly, through thick and thin, health and sickness and health, for bad or for worse, or for courthouse or sexual allegations. She is riding with her husband to the very end, as I would expect a wife who believes her husband is innocent to do. Yeah, so I don't know how that little investigation working out, being as though Bill in jail. Like, just let that, Bill is in jail. Just let that sink in. Bill Cosby is in jail. But I don't know, just, in the comments, write me, email me, comment under the podcast. Just let me know where you stand with this. Like, do you believe Bill is guilty? Do you believe he got railroaded? Do you believe he's getting what he deserves? Because I honestly, and it's been a very long time that I have been completely dumbfounded and stuck. I always feel like, and my grandma always told me, a bunch of people not going to tell the same lie on you. But we do live in a different day and age. By no means would I ever say that these women who are coming forward with their stories of abuse are lying. So please don't take that as well. I don't question why people waited so long to tell, because everybody processes things in their own time. People go through different things. I got secrets I'm carrying around. It just is what it is. So, I would never judge women based off of how long it took for them to tell. And again, I've said this before in our Friday night chats on Facebook. Sometimes something can happen to you, but you won't speak up because you feel like no one will believe you. If you find out someone else had the same experience that you had, you are going to feel more comfortable in speaking up and speaking your truth, because now there is someone who can corroborate, I hope I said that word correctly, can corroborate what you have gone through in your experience. And now it's two of y'all. And now you feel like you are not alone. And then next thing you know, and someone else comes out. And then next thing you know, it's 60 of y'all standing there and Bill Cosby is going to jail. So, yikes. But shout out to Bill Cosby. I don't know if he need a pen pal or put something on his commissary. I don't know. It's crazy out here. But okay, so I guess since we're already talking about the Cosby Show, let me just go ahead real quick and speak about Jeffrey Owens. Now, Jeffrey Owens has been making headlines for weeks, and it all started when some raggedy ass chick went into Trader Joe's and spotted Jeffrey and was like, "Oh my God, wow, like that's Alvin from the Cosby Show. He is working in Trader Joe's." Not keeping in mind that this man, okay, pause for the cause real quick. I am doing this podcast in my bedroom, which I don't usually do. And anytime I get ready to do this podcast, I realize how noisy my house is. Like, you ever try to sit in total silence and all of a sudden you start hearing all kind of stuff? Like, I literally hear my walls talking. I hear my TV settling into the floor. And now, if it sounds like I'm inside of a sauna, it's because that is my air conditioner. So anyway, moving forward. So this woman goes into Trader Joe's. She spots Elvin. She takes a picture of Elvin and just, please excuse me for referring to him as Elvin, but it just feels comfortable to do that. But she spots Jeffrey in the Trader Joe's. She snaps a picture of him and decides to give the picture to mad media outlets, who in turn turned around and tried to job shame Jeffrey Owens for being an actor who is working in Trader Joe's. Now, I feel like a lot of that shade came towards Jeffrey because he's linked to the Cosby Show. And of course now the Cosby Show is allegedly a bad word due to Bill Cosby. And I feel like it was like, oh, Bill Cosby's going down. Let me show you who else is sinking on the Cosby Show ship. And I feel like that is why they targeted Jeffrey Owens and put the most unflattering picture on the planet of him at work on the front page of all these different media outlets and blogs and whatnot, in an effort to embarrass, to job shame, and any other intention that they had that was ungodly, right? Okay, well, what the devil meant for bad, God turned it and made it good, because everyone surrounded Jeffrey with nothing but love and support. And, you know, other actors were speaking up for him and telling their stories about how they worked at a restaurant, or they, you know, swept carpets and cleaned buildings at night and so on and so forth to make it happen. Anyone with common sense knows that unless you are like a super duper A-lister Hollywood actor, jobs can sometimes be far in between in Hollywood. Okay? Like, I'm a blogger and I know sometimes a hit story can be far and in between. I'm at home. So I thought we all understood that, but apparently people try to act like they too good and they don't understand that Jeffrey Owens still got to feed his family and he still has to maintain his livelihood in his home when he does not have a role to go and become a new character this week. Anyway, fast forward. So job offers start pouring in. And one thing that Jeffrey wanted to make very plain and clear was that he was not a charity case. Number one. Number two, he did not want pity jobs. He only wants acting jobs if he feels like, or if you feel like he is the perfect person for that role. He does not want a role because y'all feel sorry for the bruh because he's working at Trader Joe's and he probably, y'all estimating how much he make per hour and it's so sad and y'all want to be a hero and cape for Jeffrey Owens. That is not what he wants. He wants to get all of his jobs fair and square. He wants to come in, audition, and do the damn thing and earn the job the right way, the way that makes him feel comfortable in his manhood, in his pride, and his self-confidence. Cool. Well, jobs start rolling in. Your boy gonna be on NCIS. Tyler Perry was like, bloop, bloop, bloop. Yo, what's up, Jeffrey? Got this little jobby job for you on this little show called, you know, the Have and Have-Nots. What's good? You want to come through? What you trying to do? So at first Jeffrey was like, I don't know. But then he went ahead and decided to take the gig. And I'm happy about that. There have been mad other offers. I saw him on a set of somewhere else the other day. I can't keep up with Jeffrey no more. That's all I'm going to say about that. The blessings are overflowing for Jeffrey. Now, Nicki Minaj, in the middle of all her mess and shoe tossing and baby shading and all the other kind of mess she had going on with Cardi B, when she took the Queen radio, while I think at this particular time she was beefing with Travis Scott over that #1 album sale. But anyway, she gets on Queen Radio and she announces that she's going to donate $25,000 to Jeffrey Owens. Now, I want to believe that Nicki Minaj's heart was in the right place when she made this announcement. But Lil Wayne told us real G's move in silence. So if you were going to go ahead and out from the bottom of your beautiful pink Barbie heart, you were going to make a donation to Jeffrey Owens' family with good faith and good intentions, why announce it to the world? Because now you are making him the one thing that he did not want to be, and that was a charity case. And so I already knew when Nicki Minaj announced she was going to give him that money that A, he wasn't going to take it, or two, A, he wasn't going to take it, or B, he was going to flip it. I didn't know exactly how he was going to flip it, but I knew he was going to flip it, one or the other. So then maybe like a week or two goes by and TMZ tries to blast Nicki like, you still ain't gave Jeffrey his money. Jeffrey still ain't got his check. Nicki's people, Nicki didn't give Jeffrey his money as promised. So Nicki was in a position where, okay, maybe I jumped out the window saying I'm going to give Jeffrey $25,000 knowing that he didn't want to be a charity case, even though it was going to make me look good to be, Captain Save-A-Barb. But if I don't give him this money, it's going to make me look like I'm a fraud. And it's going to make me look like I lied. So I got to give him the money. So long story short, today I learned that Nicki Minaj has given Jeffrey Owens the $25,000 as promised. And guess what Jeffrey did? Just like I had said, he flipped the donation and donated the entire $25,000 to charity. He has donated the $25,000 to a charity called the Actors Fund. And basically he said, I would like to give this donation of $25,000 to the Actors Fund in memory of the late, great Earl Hyman. Now, who is Earl Hyman? Earl Hyman is Grandpa Huxtable. He is the legendary actor who played Heathcliff Huxtable's father, Russell. Ooh, come on. I'm going to get it out. And, he passed away at 91. But before he passed away, he spent many of his last years of his life, and he died at the Actors Home, which is funded by the Actors Fund. So shout out to Jeffrey Owens for that amazing and beautiful gesture. Let me just go ahead and I need to give him a round of applause for that, because that was absolutely fantastic. So shout out to him for that. Okay. So now, moving right along. Next thing that is out here. Okay, don't judge me for reporting this story, and I know some of my ICC friends are like, really, Zavi? And I'm like, yes, really, because I cannot with this story. There's a little tattoo face rapper by the name of Lil Xan. Not Lil Zane, but Lil Xan, like short for like Xanax. He's a little young Caucasian boy who looks like an Etch-a-Sketch. He has tattoos all over his face. And he was recently hospitalized on Monday for allegedly eating too many flaming hot Cheetos. Don't worry, I'm gonna let y'all digest that for a second. This tattoo face child posted a video of his hospital band and all that stuff, because if you don't post it on social media, it never happened. So he posts a video of his hospital band and he's like, yeah, I was in the hospital. And the caption on the video reads, just want to let you know that I'm good, healthier than I've ever been, and ready to kick off my third tour in New York in a couple days. Also, be careful. Hot Cheetos are one hell of a drug. Love you all. Be safe. Coming soon. Now, I was born at night on a cold December 30th night back in 1975. But I was not born last night. Now I know eating too much of anything can F your whole system up. It will have you passing things of all unique colors and shapes and all kind of fun stuff in the toilet bowl. But to be hospitalized for flaming hot Cheetos, I'm sorry, little tattoo Etch-a-Sketch Xan, you're going to need more people. Like, I'm just not, and it may be the truth, but unfortunately, this African-American woman, mama 3, ain't buying it. My babies done ate some wild stuff in their days, and they have never been hospitalized over a flaming hot Cheeto. Now, there's been a couple times that I ate some Takis. I don't know if y'all know what those Takis are. A Taki done laid me down, messing with my blood pressure. But Flamin' Hot Cheetos, I don't know. I don't know if it's Flamin' Hot Cheetos code for a new drug on the street. I don't know. But what I'm saying is, in light of what recently happened to Mac Miller, the untimely death of Mac Miller from an suspected overdose, the fact that Machine Gun Kelly is still running around here talking about he drugging and drinking and drugging, and he had my spirit nervous for him. So in the spirit of both of those things, I am just going to issue a warning for people to maybe calm down from the Flamin' Hot Cheetos, if that's what we're calling it now. But child, I couldn't believe it. I have never heard of this child before in my life, and he looks like I shouldn't know who he is, and so I'm just going to follow suit and not know who he is. But God bless him and his parents, because I would just look at him and feel like I failed him somewhere. I just really would. I'm sorry, I'm looking at his picture, and I just would really feel like I failed. Just visit icecreamconvos.com and take a look at this tattoo face child who apparently OD'd on Flamin' Hot Cheetos. Yeah. Okay, so moving right along, I want to talk about Fancy. And many of you may remember Fancy from the Jamie Foxx show. Her real name is Garcelle Beauvais. She's a beautiful model / actress, and she was one of my faves, especially when she made that guest appearance on Power and put that thing on Ghost. I was like, wait a minute, Fancy? Fancy had me clutching my imaginary pearls and sipping on some water. I was like, hold on, Fancy, I know you were still putting it down in the streets like that. But anyway, Fancy played herself today. And I'm sorry, I just have a tendency to call people by their nicknames or their TV screen names. I don't know, but God forgive me for that. All right, so Garcelle, I'll be professional. Today is Will Smith's 50th birthday. Happy birthday, Will. So as you can imagine, all of the celebrities were taking to social media because that's what we do. When it's someone really popular's birthday, everyone hops on social media and they wish them a happy birthday. They dig up photos that they have with them. You know, they try to prove how close and how tight they are with said person who we are celebrating on their special day. And Fancy joined the party. But like many people who go to parties, sometimes you go to the party with all the right intentions, but then you end up getting pissy drunk, carried out with your drawers in your purse. And that's kind of what happened to Fancy today on social media, because Fancy got up bright and early, 7:30 in the morning to be exact. And she took to social media and she went and found a picture of her and Will Smith lip locking on something serious, like some lip lockings. And she posted the photo of her and Jada Pinkett Smith's husband kissing on Twitter, and the caption on the photo read, let me get a look. I'm getting parched. The caption read, "A birthday kiss for the birthday boy. # Will Smith, happy 50th. So I was like, oh, this is saucy. And this is really saucy. Okay, but it's his 50th birthday, so maybe saucy is what we going for. But you are posting a photo of yourself kissing someone else's husband in the mouth. Now, it's not lost on me that this was a role in a movie. Actually, 1999 film, Wild Wild West. So it's not lost on me that we already saw this kiss almost 20 years ago in a movie. But the fact that of all pictures, this is the one that Garcelle went and dug up and threw up on social media to celebrate Big Willie's 50th birthday, spoke volumes. Now, what it's saying is to be determined. So, another fan came in and was like, girl, you better take this down before Jada go on a Twitter rant. And Garcelle responded, bring it. Laugh out loud. Now, let's talk about laugh out loud for a second. Like, let's park the car and talk about laugh out loud for a little bit. Laugh out loud is what I would consider to be the most passive-aggressive 3 letters in the English language. LOL, right? LOL, laugh out loud. You know how many times people have gone for someone's jugular and then ended it with a laugh out loud just to keep it cute? And I feel like that's what Garcelle Beauvais did today. She said, bring it with the quickness, and then hit a laugh out loud to give people the impression that she's just joking and she's just playing. All I'm going to say is, from where I sit, Garcelle, you got some boobies from heaven that all us little itty bitty committee people dream and wish for. You have a beautiful body, a banging face. You're talented. You can act. You can model. But I don't know if you want the schmoke. Not smoke, but the schmoke from Baltimore's very own Jada Pinkett Smith. I don't know if you want that kind of smoke. Now, I know that Jada is in her red table vibes right now. She's all about bringing it together and piecing it up and loving on her sisters in Christ and her sisters in Hollywood. So she may not be smokeable right now. You know, she would rather have you sit down at the red table and talk about why you tried her the way that you did publicly. But don't forget, see, you can suppress the inter-Baltimore in yourself. And I said the inter-Baltimore, not the inner. You can suppress the inter-Baltimore in you. But sometimes it will rise up like a billowing smoke from a 3-alarm fire. And then what will you do? I know I'm just going to have a fresh, cold pop and some lightly buttered popcorn for when it does happen. But child, you just can't do this. So it didn't take long before social media just went in. And one commenter was like, Garcelle is so disrespectful for that birthday post to Will Smith. Then got spicy when someone told her Jada will drag her. Talking about bring it. Someone else said, of all the pictures Garcelle could have posted of Will Smith birthday, she posted that one. Really? Then someone else said, well, between Garcelle and August Alsina, that's what I like to call him, Will and Jada need to keep their side pieces in check because this is really getting out of hand. Now, let's go ahead and put a bullet point on August Alsina because we're going to come back to him. So, after social media began to drag Garcelle, she came back and goes, okay, guys, it was supposed to be fun. It was supposed to be a funny post. My bad if I offended anyone. If you are my followers, you know I am all about uplifting people and being positive. Being human, I made a mistake. Have beautiful, blessed day. See, y'all had the woman so shook she forgot to put A. She just wrote have beautiful, blessed day. Y'all got the woman shook. She forgot to put a beautiful, blessed day. But anyway, I get it. Now, here's the thing. People kill me when they do something messy, get blasted, and then say, I was just joking. But then in the next sentence, you called it a mistake. Now, was it a mistake or a joke? Or was the joke a mistake? Sis, I'm lost. But either way, why? Just why? And I know that Jada and Will got all the rumors about, their open marriage and all that. But until they invite me over to the house to solidify that rumor, it is simply a rumor. Will and Jada, my number is still the same, just in case. I'm just saying. Anyway. So, So with that being said, until we validate this rumor, it is simply said a rumor. And if it were to be true, it's still not your place to violate, to disrespect their union. Let them violate and disrespect their own union the way they see fit. Not you, Garcelle. Like, fancy? Really? I mean, you've been on the Fresh Prince with him. Like, I know y'all go way back. But just how far back do you go? Because, I mean, for you to feel comfortable enough to throw that picture up, I'm going to tell you, the way my Christianity is set up, I would throw hands and then lay hands on her and pray for her. I'm just saying. That's the way me and my Lord, me and my King Jesus is set up. But anyway, so after Garcelle plays herself and ends up on the When Keeping It Real Goes Wrong Summer Jam screen, even though we're already in fall, but it still works. Vivica Fox. Aunt Viv. Speaking of an Aunt Viv, see what I did right there? Will Smith, Fresh Prince, Garcelle, Vivica Fox, Aunt Viv. Just walk with me. So Aunt Viv decides she's going to wish Will Smith a happy birthday. And what does she do? She goes and pulls up a picture of her own, of herself kissing Will Smith. Is this Kiss Willie Day? Like it, what the hell? Just what the hell? Just what the hell? Like, really? So then, Vivica writes, happy blessed 50th birthday, Will Smith. Welcome to the official grown-up club, superstar. You are an amazing actor. She also wrote, a fab man, husband, father, son, brother, and friend. You always do it Big Willie style. Enjoy. Mwah. That's for the kids. Mwah. Hashtag life is good. Hashtag God is good. Hashtag blessed. Hashtag respect. See, she tried to throw respect in there. I see what you did right there, Vivica. And Viv, you're passive aggressive because, am I using passive aggressive right? That's my word for today. But you knew you was posting a disrespectful behind picture. But then you turned around and put hashtag respect. Then she put hashtag Steve, hashtag Jasmine, hashtag MTV Best Kiss, hashtag Independence Day, hashtag classic. Now, there are plenty more pictures of her and Will Smith from Independence Day, but that's the one that she chose to rock with, so it is what it is. But y'all got to stop. I feel like I'm interpreting these photos of a kiss as saying, Will, Jada, my number's still the same. I will come through and bring liquor. Because, if this is what I saw, that's how I would interpret it. So, I'm just saying. So anyway, speaking of disrespecting Will and Jada's marriage, let's slide back and, where I went ahead and put that little pin. Let's go ahead and take this pin out of August Alsina. And so Jada Pinkett Smith's birthday was not that long ago. I believe it was actually a week ago. Her and Will's birthday, near each other. And August Alsina took to social media, and now we do know that August and Jada have a special relationship. August refers to her as his mother at times. But this particular birthday message that August sent Jada didn't sit with my spirit too well. It didn't feel right in a weird ass way. Let me just read to you a little bit of what August Alsina wrote, and you'll understand where I'm going with this. He posted a video of him and Jada and some pictures and stuff, and then he wrote, I don't believe in luck. I believe in God's divine order, and you are an example of God's divinity and its covering over my life. A beautifully complex individual you are. I could spend a lifetime decoding you. Thank you for your laughter. Thank you for seeing my heart and character and not measuring me based upon what I come from. You see me for who I am and what I'm going to be, even when I can't see me. Thank you for challenging me on a daily basis. You are a little piece of heaven here on earth. The fortune in my cookie, the vet to my rookie. You are love personified. There hasn't been enough diction created to articulate or express the capacity of my love for you. It is simply beyond measure in human comprehension. So as my soul continues this quest, I'd like to say, happy birthday, best. Let me tell you something. Will Smith, 2 to the body, 1 to the head. I don't know what Jada done did. I don't know. Child, this is not something. I have 3 beautiful, healthy, almost sane children. I have had 26 Mother's Days to be exact, right? I have had 42 birthdays. Matter of fact, I've had 26 Mother's Days, 24 Mother's Days, and 10 Mother's Days. If you just, divide them up between my youngins. I've had 42 birthdays. My husband ain't even wrote me no mail. My husband ain't never told me I was the vet to his rookie. My kids ain't never told me I was the fortune in they cookie. Will Smith got to go 2 to the body, 1 to the head on August Alsina because he is clearly in love with that man's wife. I have never seen August Alsina get on social media and write his own mama a soliloquy as beautiful as this. This is everything that Def Poetry Jam is made of. So, what the hell, August Alsina? Like, what Jada done did to you? Because I can understand. I can definitely understand. Because that voodoo, that Jada doo-doo, I'm just saying. But August Alsina is clearly in love with Will Smith's wife. What may have started out as a mother-son relationship has clearly turned into a Mary-Kate Letourneau. Now, don't get me wrong. I am not saying that Jada Pinkett Smith is engaging in any funny business with this young man. What I'm saying is she may want to sit down and really have a true powwow with him to find out what he really feeling on the inside, because he let all of us know. Like, all of us know what he really feeling on the inside. And, someone commented and said, he is publicly confessing his love for a married woman. Before the internet, he would have been shot. I am inclined to agree. I don't know. The person goes on to say, this is disrespect and not cool. Stop making excuses for F-boy-ish. Yeah, this is a little awkward, to say the least. But, I mean, August Alsina is not your typical kind of guy, so I don't know. But I think maybe Jada needs to sit down and have a little convo with him. Or even Will need to sit down and have a little convo with him for that matter, because that made me uncomfy and I'm at home. So, yeah, I don't know. Speaking of, let's talk some baby scoop real quick. Charlamagne the God from The Breakfast Club, he welcomed his third daughter with his wife, Jessica. The baby was born on Sunday. He saluted his wife saying, listen here, I got a whole new level of respect for my wife. He said his wife was in labor for 2 hours, 3 pushes, and he had a baby girl. So congratulations to them. Not only that, she had 2 previous C-sections and she had a vaginal delivery with the third baby. So she had a VBAC. So shout out to her for that, because, I can only imagine that is not an easy feat. I had all of mine vaginally. First 2, I was a trooper. Third time, yeah, not so pretty. It was everything that a reality TV show is made of. Drake got sick in Miami, had to cancel 2 of his shows in Miami. I know that hurt his soul because he loved him some Miami. Drake said that he got so sick so fast that it was something that he has never experienced before in his whole entire beige life. Like, listen, I don't know what kind of cooties he caught from some little backstage friend, and that's just an assumption. It is not fact. But you just don't get sick that quick. That sounds like some strep or some mono, something that could be passed backstage. But with that being said, Drake, take better care of yourself. Take care. See what I did right there? Did anybody see what I just did right there? I told Drake to take care. Okay, it's whatever. Benny Medina is not going to be charged for an alleged sexual assault, but the good news is he won't be charged for an alleged sexual assault from 2004. The bad news is he has more allegations where a man claimed he tried to rape him in 2008. So, I mean, one down, one to go. So, I don't know, Benny Medina. I just don't know. Other baby scoop. I'm all over the place right now. But anyway, other baby scoop, Little Scrappy and Bambi welcome their baby boy Breland. So congratulations to them. They are very, very happy. They have yet to show a picture of Breland's face, but can I just take a moment to acknowledge how pretty Bambi is in person? Now, the fact that I put in person is not like, it's not shade. I think Bambi is pretty all the time, but I had no idea just how pretty she was until I saw her in person at an event. She walked past me. First of all, she is like 3 stories high, 3 stories tall. She walked by and she literally looked like she was shimmering. And I know her little thing is like shimmer and all that other good stuff. No, sis literally looked like she was shimmering. And not shimmering in the sense of like a stripper who put too much of the Victoria's Secret lotion with the glitter in it. Not that type of shimmering. I'm talking about just like a aura. Like she is just very, very beautiful. Very, very beautiful. And a lot of times when I see her on TV or I see pictures on Instagram and, you know, depending on how her makeup and her hair is done, you know, sometimes I'm like, okay, maybe not. Okay. But I can guarantee you this. The girl is beautiful in person. There are 2 more people that I just need to take time to acknowledge how beautiful they are in person. what's her name? Nafisa Williams. Nafisa Williams plays Thunder on Black Lightning. I interviewed her at ATV Fest last year, and earlier this year, because it's still 2018. I'm in a whole nother year. But anyway, I interviewed her in February. When I tell you that child walked into the room and she was so goddamn pretty when she sat down for me to interview her, I just sat there and stared at her. She was looking at me like, do you have any questions? And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to sit here and stare at you because you pretty as hell. She was like, oh my God, thank you. You pretty too. Nah, nigga. Nah, nope. You pretty as hell. Like, you pretty like I might need to owe you an apology because I didn't think you was this pretty. Yeah, that. But she was very sweet. And then after we laughed about that, then I went ahead and interviewed her the proper way. But beautiful girl. Last but certainly not least, I know y'all give this girl a hard time, but when I tell you, if you see her in person, you'll never talk crazy about her again. And that is Miss Carrie, baby, Hilson. Like, Carrie Hilson is gorgeous. Gorgeous. So just consider this like a little moment where I pay tribute to the pretty sisters out there. You know, I have no problem telling someone else they are beautiful, whether it's inside or out, because sometimes, you know, some people just real pretty on the inside. So I have no problem telling people how pretty they are inside or out, because I know the Lord made me the way he made me. I just got to do what I got to do with what I got. But when I see pretty, I'm going to tell you I see pretty. And when I see handsome, I'm going to tell you I see handsome. So with that being said, so shout out to Scrappy and Bambi and Baby Breland. So what else? I want to talk about some news. Let's get into some news. I mean, we've already covered celebrity news, but let's get into some news. Now, there was a story that really bothered me that I happened to come across. It was about Navy Chief Petty Officer Andrea Washington. Now, Andrea Washington is 37 years old. She is in Jacksonville, Florida. She just received her senior enlisted rank. Like, it's a celebration, right? It's a total celebration. Well, back on September 4th, she filed a petition to obtain a temporary restraining order because her live-in boyfriend went ham, bologna, and cheese on her and attacked her, physically abused her, and threatened her with a gun. Now, she went and sought a temporary protection of order. Okay, cool. She got that locked down. She ends up receiving, but she goes on to receive this high ranking, her senior rank. Okay, it's a celebration. She was so very happy. Now, she was scheduled to go back to court on September 17th to obtain a permanent restraining order against said live-in fiance, no longer living. She just wants him completely gone. Okay. Well, on September 17th, he shows up in court. And the only reason why I'm not going to say his name, or I didn't post his name on icecreamconvos.com, is because they have not officially listed or announced him to be a suspect. And I'm very careful with that because I don't want to start circulating someone's name and then like there's a monkey wrench or some type of Law and Order SVU plot twist. And now I have everyone side-eyeing someone who may or may not be guilty. So until he is officially charged, I will, redact. That's my word for today too, because I've been reading a lot of court documents and police reports. I will redact his name from the post and the story and this coverage here on the podcast. But anyway, on September 17th, he shows up in court for this restraining order hearing. Chief Petty Officer Andrea Washington did not show up. Well, where is sis at? Where is she at? Well, I really hate to be the bearer of bad news because she was found dead in her home. The very same day she was supposed to testify against him in court in order to obtain a permanent restraining order. Here's where I get super pissed. No one has been questioned. No one has been arrested. No one has even been named as a suspect in this woman's murder. This woman had 3 babies. She is a mother of 3. She is 37 years old. She is younger than me. And she is gone. Less than 2 weeks after filing for a restraining order for someone who kicked her in her stomach, kicked in her bedroom door, and put a gun in her face, and the police department's like, oh, well, I don't know. Well, we need to investigate the case. Bruh. I have watched enough episodes of Chicago PD, Law & Order, Criminal Intent, Law & Order SVU, First 48, and Live PD to know that y'all need to go see about that man real fast. That should have been the first place that you went when you discovered her body and you found her. You should have went to see about homeboy. Where is he at? Where's your alibi? What were you doing the night before? Because, of course, there is enough science to find out exactly when she died and how she died. They are not even releasing the cause of death at this point. And here's what makes me even more mad and takes me to the next level of pissivity. The fact that let me make sure I say it right. The Jacksonville Sheriff's Office and the state's attorney office are basically playing volleyball with the responsibility of the case. Like, the sheriff's office is saying that the state's attorney office is the one that's supposed to secure the arrest warrant. The state's attorney office is saying, well, it's Jacksonville need to be doing their job. Like, they are playing when this family has lost their loved one. These babies have lost their mama. They are playing. Like, they are not, they're dragging their feet. They're wasting time. Homeboy could be in a whole nother country now going by the name of Alfredo. Like, what are y'all doing? Just what? Give me the case. I'll solve it. Like, good grief. It's bad enough that this woman's life was snatched from her. And then y'all are going to disrespect her, her legacy, her children, and her family by pussyfooting around this investigation. Get something done. Get some suspects. Get a cause of death on record. Handle this. Y'all already said. First, let me back myself up. I'm getting wound up. First, they were saying that when they responded to her home, they thought they were responding to a medical emergency. So they thought she had passed away of some type of natural causes. I knew better than that. I'm in Atlanta. I knew better than that. She in Jacksonville. I knew better than that. Next, they were like, oh, no. There's some foul play here. Duh. She was supposed to be in court today. Duh. Even if it looked like she died of natural causes, somebody better get a toxicology in there. Somebody better get CSI Xavi or CSI, whoever else need to be in there to find out what the hell went. Like, what happened? What happened? Y'all visit icecreamconvos.com, and it's the story. It's titled, Navy Chief Petty Officer Found Dead the Same Day She Was to Appear in Court Against Her Alleged Abuser. There is video in there of her family members speaking out. It is terrible, and I totally and completely and wholeheartedly extend my condolences to this family. This is damn ridiculous. Like, the police play all day. They play all day until they find an unarmed black man somewhere. Then now it's time to get to business. Speaking of some raggedy police and an unarmed black man, Amber Geiger, the Dallas police officer who just rolled up into Botham Jean's apartment claiming she thought it was hers and shot the man dead, 26 years old, same age as my son. Anytime I see a story about a young black man getting shot and killed or hurt or anything of that nature, it just kills my spirit. But when I see 26, it takes me to another level because that is how old my baby is. And so, homegirl, for lack of a better term, because I'm a Christian. I'm trying not to cuss and call people out their names, even when they deserve it. Amber Geiger was fired by the Dallas Police Department on Monday. So people were like, oh, that's good. That's awesome. And initially, I was like, oh, okay. Because usually when a police officer does dirt and kills and shoots and kills someone, and then the police department fires them and starts distancing themselves from the officer, that usually leads me to believe that either they know something or saw something. They was like, oh, sis, we can't even help you. You know when somebody look at you and just be like, that's like the universal sound for, girl, go on and get your life right with God because it's a wrap for you. So basically, they fired her. But they only fired her because they were completely pressured by Botham Jean's family, the attorneys, for his family, protesters, activists, you name it. That is the reason why they fired old girl. Because I'm pretty sure they was going to try to keep her on some type of leave or desk duty, some foolishness, so they can keep cutting her a check. But no, they went ahead and fired her behind yesterday. And the AP News is reporting, it says, Dallas Police Department fired Officer Amber Geiger on Monday, weeks after she fatally shot 26-year-old Botham John inside his apartment on September 6. Court records show Geiger says she thought she had encountered a burglar inside her own home. I'm not even going to, today, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to dig into the layers of her lies, her deception, her poorly put together alibis. We're not even going to dig into that today because, first of all, I can walk into anyone's house and 2 seconds in, know it ain't mine. And who walks into their own apartment without turning on a light? And the minute that the doorknob wasn't working, because you claimed the door was ajar, but no, it wasn't. And the minute that you had, and then the neighbor said they heard you banging on the door. And the child, it's just the lies. The lies are plentiful and bountiful. Just the lies. So I wouldn't be surprised if Amber Geiger done slid over to Betty Jo Shelby. You remember Betty Jo Shelby? She the one that murdered Terrence Crutcher when he just needed help getting his car started. So I wouldn't be surprised if those two are in touch so Betty Jo can go ahead and give Amber her how to get away with murder course that she running around teaching police officers. But yeah, I'm asleep. Nap time. But anyway, so Amber is fired. So 9 times out of 10, if she gets away with this, number one, if she gets away with this, all hell gonna break loose in Dallas. I don't want to be the one to say it, but I'm going to say it. I already said it. All hell going to break loose in Dallas, number one. Number two, if she gets away with this, 9 times out of 10, all she's going to do is go get hired by another police department. Like Betty Jo Shelby did. Literally went one county over and got hired by another police department. But I'm asleep, though. Nap time. Everybody go night-night. But yeah, so anyway, in other news, what else are some other news stories? Oh, speaking of Florida, because, Jacksonville's in Florida and, Florida. So Florida man, I'm sure if those of you who watch Atlanta, Donald Glover's Atlanta, you are very well versed in Florida man. Well, a Florida man got sentenced to 20 years in prison for stealing 10 cartons of cigarettes. I said, WTF, 20 years in prison for 10 cartons of cigarettes. So y'all basically gave a man 2 years for each carton of cigarette. But listen to this. There's more to the story. And this is why anytime that I post a story on Ice Cream Convos, I just implore you to read it because I took the time to write it out, number one. But number two, anytime that I post a story like this, I always take the initiative and the time to try to dig a little deeper and go a little further and try to find out more information as to why they would be locking up a black man in Florida for 10 packs of cigarettes. 10 cartons of cigarettes. Well, it turns out 48-year-old Robert Spellman was convicted of burglary and grand theft in August because he stole $600 worth of cigarettes out of a manager's stockroom at Circle K. Okay, $600 worth of cigarettes, but we talking 20 years in jail. Well, Mr. Spellman, his sentence is excessive because he already had 14 felonies and 31 misdemeanor convictions on his record. So he's like a habitual felony offender. So they not only threw the book at him, they just threw the whole damn library at him. Like, pick a book, you'll be in here for a while. So they just threw the whole damn library at him. Now, can I get upset and outraged? I hate to see another black man go to jail, but God dog, bro, like you had a whole, if I add 14 felonies and 31 misdemeanors together, I'm going to get 45. So that was 45 chances that you had to turn your life around. Florida man. That's all I can say about that. Florida man. It's very unfortunate. Let's go ahead and talk some TV. I love TV and movies. Let's talk TV. So, Zoe Kravitz, my little play sister in my head, is going to executive produce and star in High Fidelity for Disney's channel. You know, Disney got a streaming network coming. Everybody want to compete with Netflix. Like, everybody can't be Netflix. Just let Netflix do Netflix and you do you. But anyway, so Zoe is going to star in the 10-episode series, and it's a reboot of the 2000 adaptation of Nick Hornby's novel by the same name, High Fidelity. So it's gonna be good. And, you know, Zoe is good at what she does, and she be doing what she do. So I expect this to be good, you know. So I will support because it's Zoe. What else? This Is Us returns tonight. Ring the alarm. This Is Us return. This is not a drill. This is not a false alarm. This is not a dress rehearsal. This Is Us season 3 premieres tonight. I am so super happy that my favorite show is coming back to TV, but I am even more happy to let you know that the Pearson family has secured the bag. The Hollywood Reporter exclusively reported today that the cast of This Is Us has received a massive pay increase ahead of the season 3 premiere, which means all the Pearsons will receive $250,000 per episode. Yes, $250,000 per episode. And guess how many episodes are in season 3? 18. So let's do the math. Shall we? Carry the 1, divided by 2. Yeah, that's $4 million a season. I knew I should have stayed in them acting classes. $4 million. $4 million and some change. $4+ million a season. Look at God. And they deserve every dime of that bag. They deserve it. Shoot, I should have been $300,000. Because the emotions, the feelings, the love that the Pearson family takes me through every time I watch an episode of This Is Us, they deserve that and more. So congratulations to the cast of This Is Us. Y'all did that. In other news, y'all know BET is doing like a Boomerang series. Some people are calling it a reboot, but it's not really a reboot. But it's a series, and it's Boomerang, and it's based off of, you know, the classic 1992 film starring Eddie Murphy and Halle Berry and Robin Givens and a host of other dope black actors and comedians and actresses. Well, Halle Berry and Lena Waithe are teaming up to executive produce the project. Now I can breathe. Cause listen, between me and you, I got real nervous when I heard BET was trying to do a Boomerang show. And then they was like, well, it ain't gonna be it's not a reboot, but it kind of is a reboot, but it's not really a reboot. I got nervous. I'm not even gonna lie to kick it. I got nervous. But being as though Halle Berry is a part of it, and Lena Waithe, I mean, she's the goat out here in these streets right now. So these two beauties teaming up, joining forces on this Boomerang series, I'm here for it, and I feel more confident in it. And now I'm actually looking forward to it. So it's supposed to arrive sometime in 2019, and hopefully it will do what it's gonna do and be what it's gonna be, and I'll be tuned in watching, so I'm excited about that. All right, so let's do some movies real quick, and then I'm gonna get the heck up out of here because I'm hungry. All right, so in movies, new Bumblebee trailer dropped. Y'all know I love Transformers. Like Optimus Prime is forever bae. I love the Transformers, and Paramount Pictures has released the brand new trailer for Bumblebee. Bumblebee arrives this Christmas. I'm so excited. I'm looking forward to it. And it looks like it's going to be really sweet. Now, one thing about Bumblebee, and at first I was like, ooh, a Bumblebee spinoff. But out of all the Transformers, Bumblebee has the most heart. Like, Bumblebee will play a love song for you and get you in the mood, tell you how he feels, and then he'll throw a little hissy fit. You know, Bumblebee is the most emotional Transformer, for lack of a better term, I guess, you know. But I love Bumblebee. The trailer looks dope. It's on icecreamconvos.com, so you can go check that out. I think you're really, really going to enjoy Bumblebee. I hope that I get passes and everything to give out for the screening. Excuse me. I hope that there is an advanced screening. I'm just hype. Now, speaking of hype, Kingsman. I love the Kingsman's movies. The first one was super dope, completely blew my mind. Second verse wasn't as good as the first, but it still got the job done. Well, Kingsman 3 is set to arrive in 2019. Like, it's coming like next year. And so I'm very, very happy about that. Anytime that movies are coming out, I love movies, just for the record. If you can't hear it in my tone, in my voice, in the cadence, I love movies. So nothing sucks more than finding out a good movie is coming, but then it's coming like 3 years later and you have to sit in the cut for 3 years and just try to keep yourself busy watching reality TV and something on Netflix. Shout out to Netflix. Just to kind of keep yourself busy until it comes out. But shoot, next year. So 2019 is already shaping up to be something special because we got Kingsman 3. We have the next Avengers. We got Captain Marvel. Listen, it's looking good out here in these movie streets. I just need the films to be good. Y'all, they remaking Chucky. Child's Play. I don't know who authorized this. I don't know whose idea this was. Because some things just need to be left alone. But they are bringing it back. And the only reason why I'm here for it, and the only reason why I'm here for it is because my guy, Brian Tyree Henry, is starring in it. Brian Tyree Henry is also known as Paperboy from Atlanta. So he's in the film, so of course I got to support. You know, anytime I play cousins be in the film, I got to come out and support. I also posted the powerful and emotional trailer for If Beale Street Could Talk. This film is going to have me totally submerged in my feelings, like I'm in a sunken place, like somebody is spinning a spoon around in a teacup, but it is what it is, and I cannot wait for this film to come out. It stars, let me tell you a little bit about the film. The film is based off of the book by James Baldwin. It is directed by Barry Jenkins, who recently won an Oscar for Moonlight, like Moonlight was the biz. And the cast, oh my gosh, the cast is like huge. Okay, so in the cast, you have Kiki, I guess you say Lane. You have Stephen James, Coleman Domingo, Tiana Paris, Michael Beach, Dave Franco, Diego Luna, Pedro Pascal, Ed Skrein, Brian Tyree Henry again, and Regina King. Do you need another reason to go see the film? I said Regina King. You don't need another reason to go see the film. Okay. So, if you have not seen the trailer, please mosey over to icecreamconvos.com and check out that trailer. Beautiful. Like even the trailer is just, I just was like, oh, I feel like I need someone to hold me and sing me a slow jam or something. Like it's powerful and it's emotional and it's everything that all good movies need to be made out of. Okay. And I did mention Captain Marvel earlier. So if you haven't seen that trailer, that is now available on icecreamconvos.com. Sometimes I say icc.com and y'all will type in icc.com. Icecreamconvos.com. Eddie Murphy is set to star in a remake of Grumpy Old Men. He's teaming up with Tim Story. Tim Story's that dude. Tim Story brought us Ride Along, Barbershop, and some other great stuff. So those two together sounds good. Eddie Murphy is really staying booked and busy considering the fact that he has his 10th child on the way. So shout out to Eddie Murphy. Shout out to everyone who scooped passes for the Hate You Give advanced screenings in Atlanta and New York. For all of you who live in other places, because I know I'm getting some complaints, and y'all don't realize how hard I had to work the lockdown. Atlanta, New York, Chicago, and Houston. So I'm trying my best. If you live somewhere and you feel like you're being neglected and you feel like you're being overlooked, just shoot me an email. No need to be mean. Shoot me an email. I will do my best. I am doing my very best to try to expand the brand into different cities and have something for everyone and all of my ICC friends in various cities. But sometimes it's a little harder than I anticipated and or expected. All right, so with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up episode 300 of the ICC podcast. Before you go, make sure you visit icecreamconvos.com daily. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube because I am going to really put forth the effort to create some really cute content for YouTube, even if it's maybe doing a live stream live on YouTube. You know what I mean? So it's the gift that keeps on giving. I don't know. But I really want to create some really cool content for YouTube, but I need you guys to be there in order to support it. And, tell your friends to follow us on YouTube. YouTube is the place I need to get them numbers up. I ain't even going to lie to kick it. I need the numbers up on YouTube. So if you're not subscribing to the YouTube channel, just put in Ice Cream Convos. You'll find it. You'll see me. You'll see the logo. You'll see me smiling, all happy, looking like the first lady of Ice Cream Convos Baptist Church. But so just make sure that you follow us on YouTube. I will greatly appreciate it. And last but not least, visit patreon.com Ice Cream Convos to see what I'm trying to do with the brand and to see why I need your support and to see why I need your help. And also, if you become an ICC VIP, you get some really cool stuff. And I'm working diligently every day to bring some more cool stuff to my ICC VIPs. Okay. So with that being said, I love all of you. And I hope like this live stream stuff turned out the way I wanted it to. And I hope the podcast actually turned out the way I wanted it to. But have a great night, a fantastic week, rest of the week. And I will see you on Friday night when we do our Friday night live chat on Facebook at 10 p.m. In the meantime, I'll see you on social media and I'll see you on icecreamconvos.com. Have a great night. Bye.